Hey everybody, Empire at War Gold Pack on Steam just got an official update here in 2021. This game dropped in 2006, going on 15 years ago, and the company Petroglyph is still showing support for it. Hello, my name is Captain Shaq. Let's talk about it a bit. We covered the last random update back in 2017, still a good number of years after any sane company would probably drop support for their title. It was the multiplayer and save update, and it was pretty exciting. Now Petroglyph, in between working on projects, had a chance to dive in and fix a bunch of the highly requested bugs. Now here's the awesome kicker though. They spent weeks working with a bunch of mod authors for many of the major mods to help build a priority list of things that, well, they would like to see adjusted or fixed. Many of the fixes in this patch are bent towards the mod authors specifically. So, we as players won't see much of a difference in the base game, but we will most likely be seeing subsequent mod updates as mod authors get their hands on these new tools. Corey, from Corey Loses, even has done a video talking about sharing a list of things that he would like to have seen fixed, and I've chatted with a few other mod authors, and everyone seems to be really positive about this update. So what's possible and what's changed? Well, that one bullet over Awakening the Rebellion mentioned that the cap on the number of factions possible has been changed from something as low as 16 to upwards of 100. We're talking factions here, for modders, with full AI and story scripting possibilities. Multiple teams have mentioned this as being super exciting as a new feature for them. The mod authors have also gained a greater access to the game's base code, so many more possibilities have been opened up for the authors. I can't wait to see some of the big mod teams and what they're able to do with this update. Empire War Expanded Team, aka Thrawn's Revenge and Fall of the Republic, are already adding more 4X, or at least light 4X elements to their mod, so having the ability to flesh out even more factions in the galactic map with story scripting can't be anything but a good thing. It's not just the tools that the mod authors have that have been updated. By the way, this is all for the Steam version only, so I'm sorry if you've got the GOG version if you're still busting out the old disc copy. The Steam version has gotten 2 maps that were in the data files already but never released, a multiplayer land map for Utapau and Dothabear, and 5 multiplayer maps which were a part of the special edition gold pack bundle but never actually made it onto the Steam release version. They're the Polis Winds land map, the Peril Above Polis, which is their space map, the Shipyards of Quat, and the Race for Ryloth. Both of those are space maps, by the way. And then the Ryloth Garrison, which is the land battle map. And if you don't know what Ryloth is, that's the homeworld of the Twi'leks. So cool, a few new extra maps to play on for multiplayer and for skirmish. Some major crashing issues have been fixed if you did specific events in certain orders, or if a mod had a certain number of factions. They also fixed a few syncing bugs for multiplayer. They have even fixed an issue with the GUI that I think many of us have run into. If you've ever stacked a major fleet in orbit with a large number of different units, so they stacked up and filled the entire thing and then started bugging out the UI, well, that's been fixed now. You should be able to have these large stacks without breaking your UI, potentially permanently until you reloaded the game. Another notable change is they have corrected the AI combat power to notice ground structures that could affect space battles. We're talking the hypervelocity gun and the ion cannon, which now the AI will actually see these. These are fairly important structures for space combat, and the AI just couldn't notice them, so they couldn't prepare for them or consider them when they were planning their attack. So the AI isn't as dumb as it used to be and can now actually see these structures when appropriate, and it seems like the mod authors will be able to use these tools in the future to make other ground buildings that might affect space combat. At least that's what it seems like. Overall, the patch is actually quite lengthy. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description for everything that they have changed. A lot of it is pretty dry, and most of it won't be super interesting to the general player, but for mod authors out there, this is a huge step. And the idea that Petroglyph has come back and actually updated their game so long after. I know many of you have brought up, oh, is this because of EA exclusivity? No, this has nothing to do with that. This has been in the works for quite a long time. It seems like the mod authors may have had to sign a NDA, and they've been working on this quietly in the background. But now it's finally out. They've actually been able to release it, which is really awesome. Them in between projects. And I would bet it's the wrapping up of the Command & Conquer project and the moving on to either the first-person RTS that Petroglyph has been working on for quite some time that they announced a while back, or that maybe they're moving on to something new. There's no way to know. Hopefully, maybe these guys will get the chance to make an Empire or 2. I really hope that happens. I hope that's a thing for you guys. I think I'd love to see what you did with a sequel to this game. This fantastic title. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, you guys know what to do. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more sci-fi gaming and modding goodness. as always, thank you guys for watching. Empire War got an update, and it's an official one. Again, that's the weirdest thing, and it's great. Oh, if you have issues with your mods that you're playing, right? Make sure you report those bugs to your mod author, as this is an official update, and until people have a chance to dive in and play their campaigns, we're not really gonna know how stable this update is with the current version of the mods that we're playing. So keep an eye on it, and then give them as much information as you can in the appropriate places, be that the ModDB page or on their Discords. Anyways, this has been a public service announcement from Captain Shack and the XP Gamers. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.